Mr. Osborne usually models a problem. Today I'm going to model a problem that I'm going to work with you to solve. The first thing I need to make sure you're clear on is who your turn and talk partner is going to be. Making sure it's really clear. I know you turn and talk a lot. Point to the person or people you're going to talk to right now. Point, 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 point. This table.
Yeah, so you two?
Got it.
You two?
You two.
And you two.
All right, so Makai, where are you going to go? Point. Okay, great, excellent. So we're going to look at this problem. You guys have worked a lot in this group, and you're now starting to work in your classroom routines time as well on making sure you understand problems that are asking you to do more than one thing, right? So we have to first start by reading the problem and really, really thinking critically about what that problem is asking us to do. So eyes are here because you don't have a copy at your desk. You're following and tracking right with me. The problem on the smartboard says, Mr. Sanchez's construction company needs to construct a play area for the local elementary school. The play area is going to take up 36 square feet. The plan is to make an 18 feet by 18 feet play area. Will this work? Why or why not? So there's lots of information in this problem, right? Lots of things to think about. So just like with reading, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I have the gist of the problem. I've got to have an idea of what this problem's about. I know I read that they're building a play area. I know there's a certain number of square feet that play area has to be. And I know they have a plan already, and I have to figure out if it'll work, right? So I have a sense of what's happening in the problem. Some people are right with me. Absolutely. I'm going to reread the problem, and when you hear math information, like numbers and what those numbers mean, or vocabulary words, I want you to tap your brain, okay? Because now that we understand the kind of reading part of this problem, we're looking for that math information. So if you hear a word that reminds you of math from vocabulary, or if you hear a number and you know what it means, tap your brain while I read, okay? Looking at that first sentence, Mr. Sanchez's company needs to construct a play area for the local elementary school. I see some people tapping their brains and some people aren't. Javier, why are you tapping your brain? You heard the word area. Interesting, interesting. I didn't think about that when I was reading this problem. The word area is math information. A play area, that's a little bit different than how we've used area before. Let's save that in our head, and let's find out if that word area has to do with what we're doing today as we read, okay? The play area is going to take up 36 square feet. Bintu, why are you tapping?
Because I heard square feet.
You heard square feet. I love that you didn't just say, I heard a number. You heard square feet. What does square feet mean?
Square feet means the unit.
Square feet is the unit of? Calling a friend.
Shape.
The unit of the shape. Interesting. I was thinking
The area.
the unit of area is what I was thinking, yeah? So square feet, we got square feet and we had 36 of them, right? So we know that 36 represents the square feet, which is the area of that play space, right? My next sentence, the plan is to make an 18 feet by 18 feet play area. Why are you tapping, Makai? Why are you tapping? You weren't tapping your brain? Your hand is right there. No? So you didn't hear any math in that sentence? The plan is to make an 18 feet by 18 feet play area. No math vocabulary, no math numbers?
This says it needs to make 8 feet by 8 feet.
Okay, someone's going to correct his careful reading. Rama, what are you going to correct for Makai?
18 feet by 18 feet.
Yep, it says 18 feet by 18 feet. And I know that that's math. 18 feet by 18 feet. I know that still reminds me of area, right? Okay, so now here's my question. My question is, will this work? Why or why not? All right, so I have my math information right now. I've already got some people who want to answer the question, but I'm not ready for that yet, okay? I have my math information, and I have this question. Let's look at it again. I want you to think about this. Will this work? Sorry. Will this work? Why or why not? What kind of answer am I trying to come up with? Am I going to write a number? Am I going to write a word? Am I going to write an explanation? to answer this question. Think about that. What is my answer going to look like? Will this work? Why or why not? Is it going to have a number answer, a word, or an explanation? And turn and talk to your partner.
I think it's going to be an explanation because the word why or why not is like you have to say yes or no, and then you got to say why you think that.
All right, I heard just a couple of things. I didn't hear from everyone. I want to make sure you're answering my question because I heard a couple people start to talk about will this work and their answer to that. Not asking you to solve right now, right? I'm asking you to tell me about the answer. Is the answer going to be a number? Is it going to be a word? Or is it going to be an explanation? Continue.
It'll be a word, but it says why.
Strong voice.
Why or why not means
Don't answer.
you gotta give an explanation. So
Word, a number, or an explanation.
sentences.
The answer's blank. I agree. So the answer, so it's gonna be 18 plus 18 blank, as you have to see
Okay,
if
come back.
it
5,
equals 36.
4, 3, 2, 1. I heard from almost every single group. I didn't hear Mr. Osborne, so you can tell me yes or no with your group. I heard people talk about explanations. In every other group I listened in. Javier, did you guys talk about an explanation? Okay, and I heard Zion when he was talking to Makai. He said, and Makai, I'm going to actually compliment you. When Zion started to solve the problem, Makai said, don't solve it, right? You reminded him. And Zion said, it's going to be an explanation. I heard him talk about this word why or why not. That means we have to give more information. And then CJ was telling something interesting. CJ, what were you starting to say?
I said, I think it's going to be a word and an exclamation.
Tell me what you mean by that. What kind of word?
Because, will this work? You have to give, it's like a yes or no question, and why or why not is when you have to explain.
Thumbs up if you agree with CJ. Thumbs down if you disagree. I kind of showed you that I agree with CJ right away, right? Yeah. Will this work? Yes or no? If that was the only thing that was written on the paper, your answer would either be yes or no. But then we've got that why, and that tells me I have to give an information to back up my yes or my no, right? Okay, so now we know what we're solving for. We're solving to see if this plan will work, and then we're explaining why or why not. This is really important because sometimes when you're just reading and you just start solving and you just start doing math, you actually find out you didn't answer the question that was asked, right? Oh, some people are like, I've made that mistake before, right? So now we know what we're solving for. So I have to decide, I know the play area needs to be 36 square feet. And I know that the plan right now is to have it be 18 by 18. So now I have to decide, where am I going to start to solve this problem of will this work? Where am I going to start? What's the first thing I'm going to do on my page to start solving the problem? Turn and talk. What are you going to do?
Yes or no, if we think it's gonna work, and then we're gonna put our explanation.
So you should add the 18 plus 18 to get the same answer.
I think it is going to be
4, 3, 2,
Read
1,
of each.
0. So here's where I'm going to actually say that I heard some really different things at the tables. I heard some people say, I think I should start adding 18 and 18. I heard some people say, I think I should start multiplying 18 and 18. And I heard some people say, I'm going to draw a picture to help me understand this problem. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's a clue for me and Mr. Osborne and any of your teachers. When we hear everyone giving different strategies, drawing that picture to help us solve the problem is a really good starting point. I know it's a play area. I know we had square feet and area, and I know the dimensions 18 and 18 are the same on each side. So I know we're thinking about a square area that's 18 feet on one side and 18 feet on the other. And I need to find out, is this area right here gonna give me this 36 square feet? Is this area right here gonna give me 36 square feet? I see some thumbs up, I see some thumbs down. Show me what you think. Will this plan work? Will this give me 36 square feet? What do I know about area? I see some people not giving me an answer. It's all right if you're right or wrong, we'll talk about it. Some people say yes, it'll work. Some people say no, it won't work. All right, so we need to talk about this because it can't be yes, the plan will work and no, it won't work, right? So some of us are right and some of us are wrong right now. So why do you say yes, it's going to work, Samira?
I say yes, it's going to work because if you break the 18 up into 10 to take the 2 10s out of the 18 and add it together, it will give you 20. And
So hold on, let's make sure that we're following. So Samara took the 2 10s out of the 18s, put them together and got 20.
And if you take one of the 8s and add them to the 20, it gives you 28.
Okay.
And if you break up the last 8 into 2 and 6, and add the 2 to the 28.
So break up the last 8 into 2 and 6. So 28 plus 2 equals
30.
And then 30 plus 6 equals
36.
And this is why you think that this has an area of 36 square feet. Who has an answer for what you think about Samara's strategy? What do you think, Jean?
I think it could be multiplication.
Tell me about Samara's strategy first.
Samara thought we had to add because she was breaking the numbers apart and then adding.
Samara thought we had to add. Do you agree that if we add 18 and 18, we get 36? You don't agree that 18, yeah, 18 plus 18 is 36.
Yeah.
Does this mean that this plan is going to work?
No.
Why not, Jean?
Because we have to.
Why?
Because when you find area of a square, you have to multiply the two numbers to get the whole.
What do you think, Samara? You agree with Jean now? Interesting. Do you think that maybe this construction company might have had the same thought that Samara did? If we add 18 and 18, we're going to get 36? And so we need to have the construction company, Mr. Sanchez, give Jean a call and say, how do I find area again? Right?
Yeah.
So how can we use, because I think this can still prove our answer, right? How can we use, because you were thinking this too, Anna, right? And Zion, you were thinking this too? 18 plus 18 is 36. I heard you talk about it. I heard you talk about it at the very beginning, right? How can we use this to prove our answer right now? Is 18 and 18 going to work? Yes or no?
No.
1, 2, 3. Yes or no? 1, 2, 3.
No.
Who said yes? Samara, so let's go back to you for a second because we just went over this, right? Is 18 and 18 going to give us an area of 36? So what I'm asking is 18 times 18 36?
No.
Do you know what 18 times 18 is? I don't. You do know, Harvey? Or you tell me and I'll check it later. What do you think it is?
Right now?
Yeah, if you know it, you know it.
Who
Right?
said you knew it?
I don't know. So 26.
Zyla, what did you think it was?
24.
Okay, so we'll check that later, but I'll tell you right now that my mental math, I don't know my 18s by heart, and I shouldn't have to. I know I would have to add 18 times to get my answer, and I know if I add 18 twice, I get 36, right? So 18 times 18 is going to be way too big. This plan is going to end up with a plate area that does not fit in 36 square feet, right? So how am I going to write my answer to this question now? Turn and talk. Hold on. Turn and talk about what your answer is going to be to will this work, why or why not. Turn and talk.
Because it'll be too big. It's like you have to make the square bigger until you get 18 because 2 of
will have to make a square bigger to find the area.
That's not what's important right now.
I
Emmanuel,
think it would not work because you can't add
Rama, we're supposed to be talking.
because you can't times 8 times 8 because you won't know it. So
He just got here.
it's gonna be has to imagine.
Four, 3, 2, 1, 0. Beautiful. So I heard a lot of really good answers that had math proof in them. I heard an answer that sounded like, no, this will not work because if you add 18 twice, that's 36. So if you, Bintu said, if you added more 18s than that, it would be way too big. She didn't even have to solve the whole thing. I heard Zyla and Kalia were starting to try and solve, and Zyla even gave a fact she knew. She said, no, it won't work because I know 18 times 10 is 180 because she knew you just add a 0 to the end. And I know 180 is too big, so I'm sure 18 times 18 is going to be too big. They answered the question and they used math to show their work. So that's what we're working on, okay? So you're going to get your independent work for today. Problems are going to be all different, just like normal.
Yeah.
And you're working on thinking about what is this problem asking me and how am I showing my work to the problem. All right, Mr. Osler, should we just pass it out?
Mm-hmm.
All right.